Uh, Edel, do you want to introduce Alexey?
Yes. So if you can share, yeah, perfect.
Yep.
Thank you, Alexey.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so we're going to have a great session, and we can go, a little bit on the top of the hour because we really want to hear you, Alexey. We have the pleasure to have our last session, which is going to talk about the evolution from the data warehouse to the lakehouse. And Alexey, I'm going to let you introduce yourself, but he has 14
Sure.
years of experience of data warehouse and data lake. So it's a pleasure for us to have you here. Thank you. The audience is all yours.
All right. Hi, everyone. So it's a really pleasure for me to present to you. I'm Alexey. I'm working in HQ as a product manager, as autonomous database product manager, and I'm focused on the lakehouse features. Basically, whenever autonomous database need to do something outside of database with the files, with the data catalog, it's basically on my plate, and I'm managing this feature, and I kind of leading this effort in Oracles. So basically, it's why presenting like why data warehouses evolving to the lakehouses. So, and before answer this question, just a quick recap. So that data warehouse, of course, it's kind of well-known topic, and it's been there for a long time, for decades, and it's a place where people centrally store data, clean data, and use it for reporting. About 10 years ago, a new term comes up called data lake, and data lake brings a new idea that you can store data without format. You may just dump data as it is without any transformation, and then later on apply schema while you read this data, and basically you can collect any type of data. And we all know this old famous triple V: value, velocity, volume. And basically you can load data in the high velocity, get like extra value, and data could be huge. Also, this term known as a big data. But it has like one big wrinkle. Basically, data warehouse and data lakes were two different words, which not always can work together. And new marketing term comes up. It's called lakehouse, and lakehouse tells you, okay, it's no problem. You can join them together. You can merge together data warehouse concept with a data lake, and use it together. And basically, one little secret: it's all about analyze all data. All data enterprises have. You have to analyze it, and you have to be able to get access to those data using your favorite tools and squeeze as much value as you can. So basically, OSI has like plenty of services. As I mentioned, like lakehouse is a logical term, and it's a logical term, but it can be built from multiple products. And the way I'm going to tell you, it's not only way you can do lakehouse. And basically, remember, lakehouse, it's about analyzing all data using your favorite tools. My favorite tools is database. My entry point is database. It's why today I'll talk about data warehouse, autonomous data warehouse, object storage, and data catalog. And basically talking about extensions, basically two pieces: integrate metadata and make sure you can query data at scale in any format. So I'll fast forward through those slides to the next because, guys, thank you so much. You did a great job presenting data warehouse, autonomous data warehouse, and data catalog integration. I'm supposed to show some slides, guys. Thank you so much. You did my job. I appreciate this. And you already seen how data catalog, how metadata harvested into the data catalog can be presented in autonomous database. Basically, it's a simple circle. You go to the data catalog, you say, okay, I have something interesting in this object storage, external data, schema and read. You run the harvesting, also known as a crawling, also maybe known as a discovery, like we use term harvesting. You harvest and you have like 50 files or 50 folders containing file with a different format. You go through the list, you collect most interesting ones, and basically put it into their data catalog as a metadata. Second, you have to sync it. After sync done, you can query it. So if you want to learn more, presentation, I'm sure presentations will be shared, and I put on a footer link to the live lab. I encourage you to try. So really well written live lab, step by step. So enjoy your data laking. So, and as I mentioned, of course, you can use any tool of your choice. Like if you like Oracle Analytics Cloud, Power BI, and like different BI JDBC compatible tool, you can use it. If you like notebooks, it's also all yours. And again, so already to the to the previous presenters, thank you so much, guys. You did my job. You did very good demo for this, and you can see that you can use OSC on top of the external data. And if you're just fan of the plain SQL, of course, you can use it. So it's not released yet, but if you start querying data outside database and you feel that performance could be great, let us know, let our development team know, and we can enable auto scaling. So it's kind of extension of auto scaling, and we can give you like more horsepower for this feature. So now I'm going to talk about, I'll quickly recap like what we have now, what we can capture now, like what do I mean by all data, and what do we plan? So today we support 4 cloud platforms: Oracle, Amazon, Microsoft, Google. And within those platforms, we support any type of formats. We support like file formats, such as flat files, such as their like very primitive, such as CSV, JSON. We also support intelligent file format, but it's still flat files, such as the ORC, Parquet, and Aura. But also we plan to deliver a few features to support table formats, such as an Iceberg and Delta Share. So I'll talk about this in a minute. Also, if you want to authenticate, if you're Amazon customers, you want to work with your data, we bring you simplified way how you can authenticate. You can authenticate within Amazon using Amazon resource names. So basically, it's Amazon concept saying that each resource has a unique name, and Oracle database can be this resource. And basically, within Amazon, you say, this ID, this RM can access like all my data. You set up this policy on their Amazon and you're done. So on Oracle database, you almost don't set up anything. So it's one of the way connect to the Amazon cloud, very convenient, we believe. Of course, you always can fall back to the traditional secret access key pair. So if you want to learn more details, again, in the footer, very good blog. Similar for Azure, if you want to use Azure Service Principal Authentication, it's kind of one of the primary way how Azure does security. We support it. So, and I will not overflow you with the details, just want to say that it is supported. More details you can find in the footer. And always, we just add more capabilities. We don't reduce something. If you want to use storage account password, of course, it's available. Like it was available like 3 years ago. Roadmap, let's talk about roadmap items. And basically, we do support Apache Iceberg, and you may be curious, what the hell is Apache Iceberg? So it's open table format designed for huge petabyte scale tables. So it is kind of abstraction layer between physical data and like Parquet files, ORC, and representation. It's representation on table. It's been developed by Netflix. It's cloud native, and basically Netflix used to be a Hive customer, but they found that it's not developed by really for cloud, for object stores, and they decided to come up with something else. And basically, Iceberg solves 2 main problems: consistency. You isolate read and writes. No dirty reads, no dirty reads, no inconsistent writes. So basically, I don't want to say ACID transactions, but it like roughly it could be true. So like they pretend to bring ACID transaction into the files, and basically they because they enrich high metadata, the high meta store it can be scalable by petabytes. Large number of tables, large number of data, so it's all supported. And also, Iceberg brings you like few nice features. For example, it's kind of relies on the snapshot, and you can do time travel. Very nice feature. You can say, I want to query this table at the moment of March 2021. Boom, and you read a snapshot. Next data source we're going to support, it's a Delta Lake, and Delta Lake, it's a protocol to share, allows you to share data across multiple platforms and multiple engines and multiple clouds. So it allows to share static and dynamic data. Basically, problem it's aimed to solve, you have to treat data as a commodity. You produce data within your database, you want to share it with someone else. Someone else may want to use Python with Pandas, Spark, Tableau, MicroStrategy, Oracle database, any other client in the world. And basically data share, it's kind of share data into the open format. You share URL, bird token, that's all you need to process data. So no need to copy data, and you store data like in one format. And it's unified format, which is supported by multiple engines. We will be able to, Oracle, spoiler, it's outside of my responsibilities, but like a spoiler for people who stay till the end of this event, Oracle will be able to produce data share as well as consume. Here I'm talking about consumption. Imagine some data science team in Azure or Amazon go to the Databricks or any other Spark engine and write down data in format and share it with you. And on an Oracle database site, you will be able to consume it like it would be one table. So also we bring, so it's about data sources. Also, I want to talk briefly about manageability. We bring some capabilities for the partitioning. So partition table being external partition table being there for a long time, but basically we automate this, and the user, like this feature we delivered about 6 months ago, and user just need to say, okay, this is my object store structure on the left hand side, and it's partitioned by country and day, and then we automatically derive the structure. But in a roadmap, we call it like implicit partitioning. You don't need to create partition table. You create external table, just external table. Our engine smart enough to decide, okay, based on this structure, I can say that it's partitioned by country and day, and it will create 2 new virtual columns. So it means that country, day not present in file itself. And then whenever you run the query and using this virtual virtual columns, they automatically prune unnecessary files, and you read only data. Very delicious feature. Basically, you know, user ideally, like in ideal case, user has may not even aware about partition. User may not be familiar with this concept. If it's business user and just want to, I don't know, create table using some self-service UI, so we do partitioning automatically. So you just create external table, rest on us. And we just talked about like upside down when you go from Oracle database to the object storage. But for the people, for those of you who may be familiar with Spark, who may like Spark, who may want to use Spark to process data from Oracle database, like you're approaching from the different angle, right? You have application written in Spark, and you have data in Oracle database. We have special connector. This connector allows you to push down processing into the Oracle database, do it there, and bring back on the results. And the tasty feature is that you have like Oracle database features, indices, caches, like these endless capabilities. And basically you push down everything in database and bring back over the wire just small subset of the data. Again, encourage you to check more details using this link, and basically it's pretty nice written block. Use cases. I will generally skip use cases because we kind of run out of time. I will be very brief, like why you may be interested to extend your data warehouse to Lakehouse. First, access to the raw data. You usually process data when you load in database, you clean it, you shrink columns, rows, you aggregate, put it in database. It's right way to do business. But you may want to have access to the raw data, and basically for this you may have like external tables on top of these files, and you always have access to those raw data. Next, you may use multiple teams may use the same data asset, and object store can be a central storage layer for multiple teams. Data science team who use Jupyter, Spark, and autonomous database, who like it's tool for data warehousing. Next, it's you kind of may join like multiple data formats type of data within one query. So you may join like some Yelp reviews. You may use some semi-structured data even stored into the object storage, structured data in database. You may join them within one query. Next use case, it's simply archive, just offload historical partitions into the object storage. And next, it's a multi-cloud store when you have data in other clouds and you want to do multi-cloud solution. last slide. So let's see what three takeaways should be. So after all those slides, first, maximize data value by making all data available for and discoverable. And open data to be discoverable, and open data for your users and for your tools. Second, maximize your productivity. Pick tools you like. Is it notebook, BI tool, SQL developer, whatever. Pick any favorite tool and maximize your productivity by using it. And third, maximize agility. So basically, you automatically extend data warehouse to a data lake. You don't need to install something, provision new service to integration. It's simply there. We bring a lot of Lakehouse features into autonomous database, and we will keep growing this. If you want to learn more, basically, I have a blog post on Oracle blog platform as well as a Medium platform. So I encourage you to check it out. Basically, it kind of captures many things I just described. Also encourage you to check out our labs, and we have like pretty good labs. And any questions you may have, just feel free to reach out to me. We'll be happy to chat with you. Okay, I was rushing to finish it before 55 minutes. So we have 3 minutes left for questions, like maybe 1 or 2 questions.
Wow, Alexey, you have done an amazing job.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. And I'm so excited about all the things that you have shown for the roadmap. It's
okay.
There's a couple of things that I wasn't aware of. I would love to continue the conversation with you in our Slack.
Of course.
I think we should actually, Alexey, I think we should have you do one of our normal tech cast slots coming up.
Yes.
Well, you can spend more time and give us more detail. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Of course. Happy to. Like for today, goal was just squeeze everything in 20 minutes.
You have done an amazing job. We really appreciate it.
Just a spoiler, if you want to learn more, at Oracle Cloud World, I will announce a couple more features, and who knows, maybe a couple more services. Come to Open World virtually or not, or at least check out like what we have after Oracle Cloud World, which will take place in about a month. Well, it's almost a month. Like it will take place in October 17, October 20. Many announcements will be made. It's kind of small teaser, so stay tuned.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that.